scary. He's ranked 4. We have rank 11 for StarDust. This is 2 of the best Protoss right now, facing off against one another. Let's get into it. Spawning up to the top left as our red Protoss. Representing my insanity, it's StarDust.
There's the hype music, it's back.
And down to the bottom right-hand corner, we have our blue Protoss representing your Flash Wolves. It's San. Who is actually my second choice along with first in my ESL fantasy team.
StarDust is mine.
Oh, so we're actually facing off against one another.
We are fighting against each other in the battle of fantasy teams.
A battle.
And currently you are winning.
Sorry, man. Sounds pretty good.
Don't worry. I wasn't fighting to see who gets through first or second place. I'm fighting to who wins this bloody thing, and I think StarDust will do it.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Well, actually, I think first will do it, but then StarDust is my second pick.
Yeah, I've got first as well. So we're on even Stevens with that one. First is looking good.
StarDust.
Did he just do that little...
Well, he put down an 11 gateway.
Oh, he did.
Which is quite a fast gateway compared to his opponent. Which means that he can... I mean, there's multiple things you can do with a fast gateway. Obviously, you get the cybernetics core faster, you can get tech down faster, you can rush out units faster. You could go for a super fast Stargate, super fast DT. Anything you try to do is heightened, basically.
Yeah, with the double gases going down now here as well for both players. It kind of evolves out looking like a relatively normal build for StarDust, but as you mentioned, with just things a little bit quicker.
It's like a 10-second speed advantage.
Yeah, so you do have to be careful in San's shoes, certainly. As San, though, he's probably played against this many, many times. He's not sending out a scout, though, because that's just not what he does at these early stages in PvP. He's going to go now, which
so
is...
Cybercore is 5 seconds, 6 seconds advantage.
Wow. All right.
6 seconds. Not a lot.
No.
Not a lot. And there's a 2-probe deficit, so he's, you know...
Is that worth it?
Well, I guess we'll find out, right?
Yeah, we will. Yes, we will. Poking on out now, whilst we have... Also, StarDust was just scouting out a little bit of his main. Sorry. Yeah, a little bit of his main and heading on forwards. As they're actually going to pass one another. So, all is fine. Not really knowing that the scout's going to be coming along, but they will be looking at gas timings and how much is there.
Yeah, so Cybercore completes, but no real commitment to anything here. Not even a third pylon coming in, so no rush tech at all. So the reason for 11 gate is yet to be determined. I have no idea. Currently, it's, you know, I think that San's in a better position, personally.
I agree. Yeah, as you get past those earlier stages, like what are you really doing with it, right? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Mothership core out faster for San as well. There was a Chronoboost thrown into the Warp Gate research of StarDust, which was spotted by San, but he's at 2 gateways anyway, and will throw down the Twilight Council behind double gateway. And then we see another gateway by StarDust, and another one. So it's going to be 3 gateway with another Chronoboost in the Cybercore.
That's a lot of Chronoboost into that.
Yeah, so it's 3 gateways versus a player who's gone 1 gate and blink and just destroyed StarDust probe in the middle of the map. So this is pretty cool for San, I think. All he needs to do is get blink, defend, counter attack,
and then be all right. He actually got the... Did he get the first shot just then? Well, yeah, so he could have even won that little battle there for a second, but he had to be a bit careful about what was going to be reinforcing, so wise to pull back. There could have been a second Stalker reinforcing quicker.
Oops, catches the probe in the middle,
hello.
So San knows that something's going on. You wouldn't just send another probe out like that after losing the first one.
Wait a minute, did he see that one?
And he catches the probe. Great catch by San.
Very nice.
Fantastic catch. And the Mothership Core is looking for a scout here, and StarDust is looking to eliminate the Mothership Core to prevent any photon overcharge to be used, obviously, on the other side of the map.
Well, Mothership Core pokes in and sees the 3 gateways.
Yeah, he's got to get out. So there is an opportunity for StarDust because there's no photon overcharge. And
that's nice.
And if you think about what San has, is just a couple of Stalkers, 3 to 6.
Like trying
and 1
to...
Stalker's trapped, so it's actually 2 to 6.
Yeah, that's not very good. That's not very good at all here for San. He's going to have to control this very, very diligently. You have to stick around the mineral line. Like, holding this ramp I don't think is the best idea at this point with the numbers vastly against you. Although warping in straight away, dealing with these numbers, StarDust himself may have overextended at that point.
Yeah, that was a good understanding of how to take the fight from San.
Yeah.
Backs off, 5 versus 5. Blink is almost done, and that is a game changer. StarDust doesn't even know what this is, but by the unit count, is starting to get a little bit worried. Obviously, he's backed off his 3 gateway pressure. He's getting a robo in case this is DTs. He's gone home.
Robo's,
and, yeah.
Like, Robo's the overall safe. Dark Shrine? Dark Shrine? All right. I was about to say Robo is the overall safe defense from what's about to come, right? Because you get the Observer for Dark Templars, and if it is like a Blink Stalker attack after you saw so many Stalkers at the top, then you just go straight into the Immortals.
Right. But it's like the reason why he's gone Dark Templar is because he knows he's going to be on the back foot to whatever San does next.
Yeah.
And if it is Blink, then he's definitely on the back foot, and he's going to be defending. So if he's defending and San is putting pressure on, then he can slip a DT in, and the game can change. But for San, he actually finds a pylon, which is where the Dark Temple is going to come from.
That's a nice start for San. A nice start. Both players are actually going to expand, and San is yet to build detection, correct? Oh no, he did get the Robo.
But it's on the other side of the map. So DT still could do a lot here.
Yeah, it's still far away. He'll eventually spot
that's
it.
A really fast Robo Bay.
That is very fast. Off the
really fast.
Whilst the
and it's
next
going to get
is going
spotted
down.
immediately.
So at least he can make another Observer instantly and be strong at home. He's even positioning his Stalkers in such a way to block on the ramp just in case there was one already out.
Yeah, he's getting an Observer. The DTs won't do anything in this game.
Yeah.
Robo Bay is so interesting, so fast here.
All right, well, he actually killed off the Observer in the main, but he did see the Robo Bay, right? So
I wonder if StarDust is planning a push with Colossus. Like a 2-base push.
yeah, it could be.
San matches his opponent's Robotics Bay, by the way, which is I think is good, obviously.
Yeah, wise move. If you try and do something at this point with like a Stargate into Fleet Beacon, it's just ridiculously hard with the economy you have set up right now. So just going toe-to-toe with your opponent.
So the Robotics Bay is finished, but look how it's really difficult to build Colossus and Thermal Lance. So he's just going to have to build Colossus for now and build that count up and then get Thermal Lance later.
Yeah, it does take a while. Without the second base economy, trying to tech up to this is very, very strenuous. So he's just producing all probes and probes and probes, making sure his economy is going to be powered up where he can. And even an actual Immortal coming out for San as well. So he's just matching his opponent's unit count pretty well at this point.
Right, I'm just interested to see what StarDust has planned here. He's getting an Observer inside San's base. And as a look, sees Colossus. Great clear up from San, who's playing very well, I think, in this series. And where's that +1 starting for StarDust?
It looks like not so much just yet. It's a little bit of an odd edit. There we go. He throws down the pylon next to it. It's like, oh yeah, Heaven Forge. I forgot about that. So
very similar positions for both players. If you look at the units tab again, very identical game.
Oh, nice
like
catch.
equal probes, pretty much same army. Only difference is 1 sentry and the Colossus, which was about to be matched by San anyway. So very close game. Very similar again.
Yeah, hallucinated Phoenix just being utilized from the 2 sentries here by San to try and keep an eye constantly on what his opponent's doing. May even see the movement out in the middle, but could have just scraped past that there. As for now, not really repositioning his army just yet. StarDust also going home. And the hallucinated Phoenix is just going to, once again, spot everything that's pretty much going on. Hasn't seen the Thermal Lance in production just yet, though.
Do you reckon he'll put the Colossus in the Warp Prism?
He could.
I think he might.
He might actually...
And then drop onto the natural and then try to spray down. It's a big risk, especially against a player with Blink, so I'm not too sure what the use of this is going to be.
He might try the... Oh, it's difficult, though, because his opponent has Blink.
Yeah.
So how do you do this?
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe that could be an option, but he's going to go down the left-hand side with the Warp Prism.
Even the harassment's slightly difficult.
Both players adding on the same amount of gateways at the same time. These Stalkers are going to kind of walk themselves up towards a Colossus in the middle and then back off because they can't kill it.
Yep. Not too much done there. 3 gates free, either one. And look at the production tab. It's almost exactly identical.
No, they're playing exactly the same.
Yeah. So
it's very mirrored, and there's no massive difference between the two.
Yeah, the only real difference is that Warp Prism, really, at this point. The charge is on the way, obviously, for San, but the Warp Prism.
Oh, this is a nice move, I think, from San with the Stalkers. He's going to blink inside the main as the units are so far out. This is the first really decisive move by either one of them, and this is great. Stalkers become so useless as the game goes on, but he's getting so much value from them.
Gonna walk right on out of there. He's like,
He can go
recalled?
to the natural.
Okay,
He can
bye-bye
down
then.
to the natural and get more probes.
Yeah, he could do. So that's quite nice. Even if it's just 1 or 2, it's a nice little bit of harassment. He didn't even necessarily need to take 6 in there. He could have gone for the magic number of 4 Stalkers and then just blinked in. But he gets out with every single one, so good move there by San.
And San is going up to 8 gates again. 8 gates and Temple Archives is down. Second Temple Archives, which is a mistake by San.
Yeah,
Oopsie daisy.
Bit odd, but...
And third is down as well.
But the Zealots are on the way in that warp prism, and it doesn't get spotted by that pylon down to the south because it's only just started to warp in. If it had been fully done. Oh, he actually pulled back.
He's got a DT in that warp prism too.
Yeah, he could have got past there, but decides not to for now.
Again, very similar, but the upgrades are much closer than the last game. And a couple of extra gateways are going to come in for StarDust too, so very close between the both of them. And like I said, these two players do play this out a lot. No player really looking to make a big move up towards the Stargate and towards the Fleet Beacon, as the one player that makes a drastic difference opens up the opportunity for the other to strike and to kill. So they're just doing the same thing, and if they do the same thing, it actually just comes down to the engagement. Who takes the better engagement, who has the better position, who slightly molds the composition better, but they're doing exactly the same.
Yeah, and once again, fully enough when it comes to those fights, and Colossus numbers are the same, Archon numbers are the same, you know, Zealots swarming in, and how they engage a fight is a very, very big, important thing. So the smallest part of the composition becomes
StarDust is planning a fight here. He's planning to hit this third. He hasn't taken his own third yet.
True.
His units before were positioned to take it, which would suggest that San is expecting that to be taken, and there's a 7 probe difference between the both. San has 7 probes more, but StarDust is the one who's looking to move out.
He had a little bit of an army supply
And
advantage
right
there
now,
for a
he doesn't
second.
know about this. A Stalker from San sees the lack of third. And this is big. He immediately starts to add on more units, and he's got to start thinking about where this attack can come from, because he's about to get hit.
And he's going to try and manipulate, I think, with the Warp Prism. Again, Zealot positioning against Colossi. If he tries to drop them across it, that could be a move.
I think Stan might be okay.
I think so too.
He has an extra Colossus.
Yeah.
It depends on the position here.
All right, so he's going to have to set himself up in a good concave. The army of StarDust is still pretty big. San slightly supply block during this, gets himself out of it.
StarDust has to win this fight, otherwise he loses the game. He's so far behind with his third.
He knows that Warp Prism's important. San spotted it there, going up to the high ground for a second with those Stalkers. He was looking for an opportunity, but he didn't find it there.
Another Colossus is about to pop. That means, well, that Archon's stupid. But there's 2 Colossus now, advantage for San.
Yeah, that's a lot of firepower, a lot of firepower. He needs to enter the fight. He needs to get a good concave. He really does. The Warp Prism's going to poke forwards, get a good gauge of where its spawn army is. And all of the Zealots actually at the back were caught behind some of the Archons there for StarDust as this engagement started. So a lot of his army got shredded up. StarDust is trying to use the warp in. That's a big, big warp in there to try and deal with the Colossi on the flank. San now with the army supply still, though, was ripping through a lot of that army. He's still sitting on top of that army supply advantage, 59 against 36. And with the Colossi advantage as well, StarDust is not breaking this.
San is so good. So good. He defends it. He understands. He cleans up. GG. San advances on in first place.